What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today, again, we're going to be talking about 3 questions, and they're basically all about self-esteem. So if you're struggling with your self-esteem, kick back, relax, and we're just going to get right into the first question. First question is, I'm irredeemable and pathetic. I'm supposed to be a man. I'm not supposed to be weak. I'm always supposed to know what to do. It's my job to one day support a family and everyone's wall to lean on. I'm supposed to be strong, and I'm supposed to be unbreakable. I'm supposed to be a leader. I'm supposed to be determined, but I'm none of that. I feel numb and lost. Nothing makes me feel anything anymore. My hobbies are empty. There's just no one in my life that I can even talk to anymore. Just me and some walls. That's how I know that's how it'll remain forever, because everyone deserves something stronger than me. Feeling this way makes me feel weak, very weak, and not a man. People here on this site have told me I'll be all right, but after a year of crippling weakness, I think it's over. So what I think a lot of men need to do is that they need to deconstruct what it means to be a man. You see a lot of information out there online. You got blue pill, you got red pill, but in reality, there's positives to both sides. Being one on the 100% blue pill is not good, and 100% on the red pill is not good. You have to understand that you're human. So just like the men you see today that you may think they're alpha, they're strong, they're powerful, they're people too. They're happy, they're sad, they cry, they get their heart broken, they're weak at times, they're not strong all the time, just like you. So you have to get that mentality of that masculinity is just one thing. You have to get that out of the window. You have to throw that out the window. It's not good thinking for you. It's not positive thinking for you, because you at this state are not that. So if you're going to compare yourself to a stronger person than you, of course you're going to feel worse. But you have to understand, you have to pull the curtain back and understand that these people go through the same things as you. These celebrities, these entrepreneurs, whatever you want to, movie stars, they go through the same exact problems as you. They just know how to mask it better. That's it. That's the only difference between you and them. They got the money to mask it. They got the money to give them the temporary feel that they're not feeling anything. They don't feel their emotions, but you don't. So that's why you feel like that. And so you need to understand that, again, just like male and female, there is a mixture of emotions. Masculinity is not just one thing, and femininity is not just one thing. So you also need to go out and find what you really like to do. Whether that could be anything that you really like to do, as I always say every single episode, is that you have to go within in order to find what you really want to do. And then you could go ahead and reach out, and then you can be confident, then you can be strong, like the person you want to be. That's not being male. If you want to be confident, that's not red pill. That's just being confident in yourself. Unless you're confident, unless you love yourself, unless you are there with yourself every single day, day in and day out, you're not going to be confident. You're going to keep feeling bad. You're going to keep feeling unconfident, because again, you're comparing yourself to something that's unattainable. A lot of times what you see on TV, you're chasing something that's unattainable. When you look up to these people, these celebrities, you're chasing something that's unattainable, because to them, they can't even live up to their own standards if they were you. Because they were able to have an eraser. They're able to wipe away their public perception of their sadness, of how they feel, but you can't. So you got to go within in order to heal. Again, you have to meditate, be positive, have a positive mindset, and then you can get to that point where you're that rock that you want to be for your family. You can be confident. You can walk into a room and people can just know that you're confident because you love yourself from within. It's not about following masculinity. It has nothing to do with that. You just have to be true to yourself. Once you're true to yourself, that's where confidence lies. It doesn't lie within you when you're chasing things like you're chasing vanity metrics, when you're chasing these things that are unattainable to you. That's what I encourage you to do. And You just have to stop the cycle. And that's what I tell everybody. You have to stop the cycle of feeling sad, feeling bad, feeling like a loser. Because once that cycle starts, it's going to keep repeating itself. Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. And until you tell yourself that you can do it, that's how you break the cycle. But you got to stop telling yourself every single day that you can't do it, or you're not confident, because you are. You just haven't told yourself, or you haven't done the right things. If you're unconfident and all you do is go on social media and you're idolizing these people who don't care about you, of course you're going to feel bad. Of course, when you see somebody living their life, having their dream life, and you're just sitting back, of course you're going to feel unconfident. But you got to break the cycle and tell yourself that you can do that. And I don't need to see that anymore. Got to be able to turn your phone off and find yourself. That's the only way you're going to be able to find true peace. It's not going to be on your phone. What you're chasing is vanity metrics, your likes, follows. You got to find what's inside first. Then that stuff will come. But you got to be solid here first. You got to be solid in your heart first. Heart, mind, soul. You got to be confident. That comes from loving yourself. So that's my message to you as a dude. It's always got to be from within. It's never going to be outside. It's never going to be something else. It's never going to be something that you see on your phone, the TV. That's not where confidence is. You got to go within yourself. Heal first. Then you can grow. But you can't do it when you're still looking at people who are living a lifestyle that they can't even attain. So I hope that helps you. Second question is, I hate being called handsome and smart. The reason why I hate being called that is because it's not the truth. I can accept yet accept the past. In the past, I've been called stupid and ugly, and they were right. I can't even think about any good traits in me. I just don't know what to do, and I just need some kind words to help me. So the first thing that I encourage you to think about is, again, you got to change your mindset. You are letting negativity win. You're letting negativity creep into your life, and now it has a hold on you. You have to break that cycle. And right now, I'm going to tell you how to break the cycle. You got to stop letting what other people tell you control your thoughts, control your emotions. They ruin your day. You cannot let anybody else tell you how you are but yourself. Don't give anybody else the power to hurt you or to tell you that you can't do anything, that you're a loser, that you're a failure. Nobody can tell you that but yourself. They can tell you it, but it's up to you to believe it, and now it's manifested. See, most of the times with bullies is that they're telling you this, and if you're confident, if you got self-love, it's just gonna deflect. But if you let it creep into you, and if you let that become your dominant attitude, your dominant mental, it's going to manifest, and then you're going to start to feel bad. You're going to start to feel down. You're going to start to feel lonely. You're going to let it creep in, and just like that, you've let negativity win. You've let misery win. And everybody will, you will become, you just will constantly keep letting more of it come in. The more you accept negativity, the more you lower your standards, the more they will come in. If you're building yourself up, it won't come. Negativity won't come in because, again, if you're building yourself up, when somebody tells you something like that, as I said before, once you got that shield of self-love, when somebody tells you something like that, you can easily deflect it. But if you have no defense system and somebody tells you something negative, you're just going to let it seep into your heart. You're going to believe it. And now you're going to be at rock bottom again. But you got to be able to break the cycle. So how do you break the cycle? As I said before, get sleep, meditate, and get off your phone and find who you truly are, what makes you happy, so that when somebody else tells you something about yourself, you know that that's a lie. So it doesn't even affect you. It's not about looks. Who cares about that? It's about what's in here. People always project how they feel about the world to you. They want to share their pain with you. Don't give them that power. You have to stop giving these people the power to affect your day, to ruin your day. Because once they do, again, they're going to keep coming back because they're miserable inside and they might see something special in you. And that's the thing. There is something special about you that they see that they do not want you to tap into. So they bully you. They tell you negative things. They tell you that you can't do it because they can't do it themselves. You got to be your own. You have to be your own hype man. You got to be able to tell yourself that you can do it day in and day out, and nobody can tell you any different because their opinion does not matter. Do you think they're going home and thinking about you? They're not thinking about you. But you're taking that home and you're living with that. So those negative things that you keep feeding yourself is only going to hurt you. You got to be able to love yourself. You got to be able to be within yourself. You have to be able to love you for you. And you can only do that. I can't tell you. You know how to do it. I've told you this. Sleep, meditate, read, get outside and turn off your phone. Write down how you feel. Crumble it up, burn it up, whatever you need to do. But until you get to that point, you're never going to be able to strive for anything. You're never going to be able to have self-worth or self-love if you keep, again, letting somebody who you don't even like affect your day. Got to be able to build up that shield. Next question. Help me. Male, 28, I'm too timid and I have a lot of irrational fears. I want to be assertive, but I have no idea how. I feel the result of being submissive. I'm losing out on a lot of opportunities in life. This is the general thought of YOLO is eating away at me. How can I be assertive and actually speak up for myself? How to get rid of the fear of losing things and irrational fear in general is very suffocating. So what you need to do, just like first question, is you have to find things or do things that help or serve you. See, you have to find hobbies. You have to find things that give you self-worth or that grant you joy, that grant you happiness. What you're doing to yourself, again, is you're creating a cycle. Calling yourself submissive. You're saying you're never going to do it. You're basically telling yourself everything. You are giving yourself all the ammunition to give yourself so low self-esteem. This one is what a lot of people do, is that they don't even let anybody tell them that they can't do it. They are telling themselves how they are lowering their own self-esteem. So what you have to do is that you have to be able to, again, go within, have self-worth, find things that you like to do, no matter what they do, well, no matter what they are. And then you can find yourself, if you're doing the meditation, if you're sleeping, if you're writing in your journal, slowly you're going to be able to build yourself up. And another thing is that confidence is not aggression. The type of confidence that I want you to develop is a type of confidence that's stoic, like a boulder outside. You want that type of confidence where you're immovable. You don't want to be a firecracker with the way you think that being confident is and getting into fights and telling people, I don't care what you think. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person. You want to have confidence and peace. Think about the most powerful men in history, powerful men and women. They're stoic in their ways. You don't want to be that person where you think that being alpha or being tough is being aggressive. You don't want to do that because I can tell you're not going to be ready for it when it comes for you. So you want to be able to find that peace within. And that only comes from self-healing and finding your actual true passion. And before, as I said before, there are things in your community. You can volunteer. You can do all these different types of things in order to build yourself up. But you have to find a community that is positive. Because again, a lot of times what we're seeing online is negative content. So what is that going to do? It's going to make you feel worse. You have to go outside and find things that are positive. If you can't do that, negativity is just going to keep creeping in. It's going to keep winning. You're going to keep telling yourself that you can't do it. You have gifts. You have talents. Your submissive nature could be exactly what somebody needs. And that doesn't mean that you being submissive means you're going to get stepped on. So why change yourself because of what society has told you what you should be. You don't need to change yourself. You're just fine the way you are. Don't let society or social media change who you are. So now you're somebody that you don't even like or you don't even fit in with anymore. You change yourself when the time comes where you actually need to be in that crowd. They might not even accept you because you're not being yourself. You're not being authentic to yourself. But until you get to that point, self-reflection and self-love, you're never going to be at a point where you're actually winning in life. And that's where you want to be. Has nothing to do with being alpha male, has nothing to do with being tough. You got to be able to find confidence. And you're the only person in this scenario. You are the only person that can break the cycle. You are the only person that can tell yourself day in and day out that I can do this. I can give you all the keys, but it's up to you to be successful. That's where I'm gonna end this question, but it's really up to everybody. It's up to everybody. It's your duty for you to tell yourself that you can do it. No one else can be your motivator but yourself. You gotta be able to put the work in by yourself, alone. If you're alone right now, if you feel like you're starting from zero, that's the best thing for you. Because now you can build yourself up in silence. And then when you go out in the world, you can be confident. You can be whatever you want to be. Then you got something to give. But that doesn't happen if you're just you like thinking about it, but you don't like actually doing it. And what does that do? It keeps the cycle of negativity going. Until you break that cycle, it's going to forever be in your life. So until you have to break the cycle right now, today, not tomorrow, today. Tell yourself that you can do it. You can be whoever you want. You can do whatever. You can achieve anything you want, but it comes from here. This is your motivator. This is your engine, your heart. It don't come from anything else. So whatever videos you watch, whatever motivation, that's worthless. Because if you can't get up and do it the second the video ends, that video was for nothing. So be your own motivator. Love yourself. Get sleep. Get a journal. Write down what you want to do. And go ahead and do it. That's the message. That's all I have to say for this episode. But I hope that you guys can break the cycle.